Hello everyone, welcome back to King Conquest, and in this video we have a endgame studies in this position. White pawn moves here and black pawn moves down here. So this white to play and win. Pause the video if you want to try to solve this. Okay, welcome back. In this position, white can only move their king. He cannot move the pawn, only the king. And the only reasonable square that this king can move is to e5. And this is the only winning move for white in this position. Now, black, as you can see, cannot move their pawn. He only can move their king. And there is 3 square that black king can go to. If they decided to go to c8 or e8, this will make black lose faster. So let's try the king to e8. If black move their king to e8, we can follow with the king to e6. In this position, black king can move to 2 squares, either to d8 or f8. If he go to f8, we can push our pawn to d7. And after this, as you can see, black king is far away from our promotion. So say he moved to g8, and we can promote to queen. So let's say in this position, instead of getting to f8, the black king moves to d8. In this position, white can move to d7, his pawn to d7. And in this position, as you can see, black king only has one legal move, which is to c7. And as white, we can move our king to e7 and basically escort our pawn to promotion, like so. So the move to d8 or f8, black just lose. Let's start from the beginning. Still, the first move is correct, the king to e5. We already talked about if the black king move to e8. Now let's try if the black king move to c8. And in this position, white king has to move to e6 in order to win. After this, say that the black king wants to protect our promotional squares by getting it to d8. And in this position, as white, we can push our pawn to d7. And this is similar to one of the variation that we discussed before, that black king moved to c7, and we basically using our king to escort our pawn. Similarly, if the black chooses to go to b7 or b8, this is even, I will call this a blunder, because as white we can move our king and then this pawn is basically unstoppable, as you can see. Now, there is one square that we haven't talked about, and this square is king to d8. And this is actually black best defense in this position. And this is a bit tricky. So from now on, pause the video if you want to try to solve this. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you can see, as white, we don't want to push our pawn like this because this is basically a blunder, and black king can take it, and I believe this is a draw. And let's say as white, we move our king to f6. In this position, black can basically threaten our pawn by moving to d7. And in this position, we have to defend our pawn like this. And if black goes back to d8, if we move our king to e6, hoping that black will say go to c8, well, black goes to e8, and this is a draw if we push our pawn, because after this check, black can simply move to d8, and we have to basically let go our pawn like this in order to avoid stalemate. Because if we play king to d6, and this is stalemate, so draw. We already discussed this two king move, either king to e6 or king to f6. The solution, actually, we have to let go our pawn by moving our king to d4. And this is the solution, by the way. And as you can see, the white king and the black king is separated by 3 squares. And this is called the opposition. And in this position, if black decided to threaten our pawn by making the move to d7, we can move our king to d5. And as you can see, this is actually our first position. But in this position, this is a black to move, not white to move. The difference is black, as you can see, have 3 legal moves, and whatever he choose to play, say play king to c8, we threaten their pawn by moving our king to c6. And in the next move, our white king takes black pawn in b6. And this is clearly winning, as you can see. Let's play like this. So the black king cannot go near our pawn, and he basically forced to go to the edge of the board. And this is easily winning for white. And if he decided to go to d8, for example, we don't have to take the black pawn. We can just push our pawn and basically force black king to e7. And this is easily winning for white, like so. Okay, now the best defense for black in this position is actually moving their king to e8. And in this position, white has to move their king to e4 to create another opposition. And if the black king decided to go to d7, we follow suit by moving our king to d5. And this is the variation that we discussed before. Black will lose in this position. So say black want to hold on longer by moving their king to d8 to cover our square promotion or promotion square. And in this position, we can move our king to e5. And again, if black decided to go to d7, we can follow suit by moving our king to d5. And this is obviously the same variation that we discussed before. Say, and in this position black want to hold on longer by moving their king to e8. And in this position, this is actually the earlier variation that we discussed before. In this position, we take our opposition with the white king by moving our king to e6. And as you can see, black only has to move. Either one black will lose, say he moved to d8, we can push our pawn. Black only have one legal move, as we discussed before in the earlier variation, and this is easily winning for white. And yeah, this is basically how to solve this endgame puzzle. So thank you for watching and have a nice day. Thank you.